My name is Doug Cupid.
Hello.
Hi, and you are?
I'm Katy Karns.
Hi, Katy Karns.
Hello.
And what is it that you do?
I own a photography studio in Old Sacramento, so I'm a photographer. I'm also an event creator and just all-around community-loving gal.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Go community. All right, I'm going to ask you some hot questions. What is the biggest challenge in your field today?
I do a lot of research on it on the onlines, and I've seen so many people say that photography is dead.
Ooh.
And that seems like a challenge in my brain when it comes to motivation of doing it, right?
Yeah.
But I know that it's not dead. I know this art form is not dead. And I think it's driving what I do with the foundation of experience. And I think it's just hard, right?
Yeah.
It's just hard to just keep going. So I think that for me has been the real issue to get over, and
Ooh.
not knowing where the hell it's going. And it's, will this work?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love this because we're not going to answer that question now, but we're putting it out there.
Can you answer the
Can
question?
I answer it now? Not at all. Not at all. Okay, rapid fire.
Okay.
What is your definition of success in your field? How do you define success?
I think it's sustainability in life, right? I can live the way that I want to live. I can travel, but it's also getting into the groups and working with the people that I want to work with.
Yes.
Doing the projects that I want to be a part of.
Yes.
The things that are in my brain come out in the world.
Yes.
That's success to me. This is what I want, and then it happens. Like finding a sexy Santa for my sexy Santa networking group.
Just saying. Just saying. I love that. I love that. That's a good definition of
Thank
success.
you.
All right. What is one piece of advice you would share with someone starting in your particular field, in photography?
Fail.
Yeah.
Just keep failing.
Yes.
Yeah. I hate it. I'm a perfectionist and I hate failing.
Yeah.
But I know that all of my failures have brought me to where I'm at. And all of that, it's just experimentation.
I love
just
that.
Experiment.
I've learned more from failure than I have from successes. Successes are good. You fall back on them and they're great. But now you've failed and then you've learned a way to think outside the box and to be creative on your
shift.
toes.
You
Or
know,
shift.
it's
Or just shift.
Because I can't do it like that.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I love that.
Ah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Are you ready for a hot swap? You're going to interview someone.
I blacked out.
Yeah, no, we'll give you the questions. It'll be great. All right, I'm going to jump out, and you're going to interview. Before we do that, look directly into the camera and tell people where they can find you, all the things, all the socials, the physicals, all the things.
So you can find me on 2 Spaces on Instagram. Or on my website, katycaptures.com. You can follow glowstudio.sac to find all of the events and all of the things that I'm doing, promotions like the holiday photos that I'm doing this year. There's all the things, glowstudio.sac, or on my other Instagram, Katy Captures. That's it.
I love it. All right, I'm going to swap out. We're so new to this, we don't have
I love this.
I know. Quick outro. This was Edition with Doug. I don't know. Yeah? We're going to hot swap out someone else to keep this question and answer going.
Now I'm the interviewer.
Now you're the interviewer.
How did I get a new job?
Yeah.
I'm the interviewer now.
And then you're going to interview somebody else.
Oh my God! How did I just become a podcast
What do we
interviewer?
just get involved in?
I love this. We're chit chatting with Katy.
This really is coffee
doing?
and conversations. Yeah.
Welcome to my
Thank you.
podcast. I'm so
Appreciate
excited
it.
to
So
have
happy
you.
to be
What an
here.
honor to talk to
Thank
you.
you.
Let's go ahead and have you give who you are today. Who are you?
I'm Dennis Delgado, a more recent SAC native, but originally from LA, but now I feel at home here more.
Oh, good.
But my background is design and manufacturing. That's my bread and butter.
I love that.
making things. I love designing things.
Amazing.
A little bit of everything.
I have 3 rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
The biggest challenge in your field is what?
The biggest challenge in my field is what? It's honestly getting everybody on the same page. I feel like it's like herding cats a lot of times.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own opinion on how to do things. Just trying to move the ball forward, especially around design.
Yeah.
And people that don't understand that realm specifically. So
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
getting all the cooks to cook the same dish.
We're making this
Making it
meal.
together. Not trying to make their own dishes, but we're making it together.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. What is your definition of success?
Oh, good question. I'd say it'd probably be around impact with others. How was the journey to collaborate with another? Was there some takeaway that we learned from it? And like impact and learning.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the monetary value.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's usually not necessarily always the thing I learn the most from, but it's really just learning how to build with others and
Just getting
seeing
stuff
how that
done.
works. Yeah, getting things done.
I love that. Oh, yeah, that is success. I agree with you. Okay, last one. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, good.
Drum
What is
roll.
one piece of advice you would share with someone starting in your field?
Don't be afraid to try something new. I think we all get stuck in our kind of comfort zone and it really afraid to take that leap and experiment with something else. But honestly, it's a lot easier than you think. I think failure or learning something from things not panning out the way that you liked is still huge. And just doing that and leaping into the unknown.
I think that's what my answer was too. Just fuck up.
Just fuck up, exactly.
I cursed.
Fuck up some more. Be afraid to fuck up.
This has been Chatting with Katy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I loved it. I loved it.
But now you have your own podcast.
Thanks.
Are you excited?
Appreciate it.
Here are the questions.
Now we're swapping a Katy for Katy.
Katy for Katy. For Katy. Katy for Katy.
Katy for Katy.
Are we jumping right into it? Welcome to Discussions with Dennis. That's what's wrong making up these days. So thanks for joining us today. I would like a quick little intro about yourself. Can you tell us who you are and what you enjoy doing?
Sweet. Thanks for having me, Dennis. My name is Kati Kouklis. I'm the founder of Root and Rise, and my business focuses on arts administration, freelance grant writing, and large-scale event planning.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being on. All right, so we're going to jump into it. First question. What is the biggest challenge in your field that you experience?
Working with creatives.
Yeah.
They have a lot of vision, and I'm the concrete grounding energy that takes that ethereal concept and makes it into something practical, a plan, actions that can be taken, carried out.
You help with the execution.
Yes, I help.
Moving it forward.
I ground their ethereal creativity and practical guidance.
There's a lot of great ideas out there, but it's hard to get them across the finish line.
Yes,
and
indeed.
That needs a lot of support. 100%. All right, next question. What is your definition of success?
Woo! My definition of success is relational.
Okay.
So how relationally wealthy are you? How much time and flexibility do you have to be in connection and to be caring for the ones that you love?
100%. I love that.
Yeah, I think it's really a flexibility to do what you want to do when you want to do it, to carry out projects and passions without an attachment to the outcome. That makes me feel really wealthy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said previously, it's not about the money. It's about really the relationships you build along the way.
Relational wealth.
Getting to know everyone and how we all flow in this world and function with one another. And
just talking story, having time to talk story, to hold space, to be in connection. That's wealth.
100%. All right, so one other question.
Okay.
If you had to give one piece of advice for someone starting in your field, what would it be?
Don't give up. There's so much imposter syndrome and inner work that I've had to overcome to be confident in my craft. And 100%. It's not for lack of capacity, a skill, or ability. It's just that inner narrative that's been challenging to work through. And so I'd say stay committed to the path, stay the course. True.
Preach. If I can snap, I would snap. But I've never fully mastered the snap. Thanks for joining Discussions with Dennis. And we're going to pass it on.
You're out. You're going to interview.
Get over here.
Come on.
Yeah, get in here.
And then you get to film whatever you want. Occasionally, do that so it doesn't disappear. And those are your questions you're going to ask us.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Welcome, Justine, to Creativity with Katy. I'm glad to hear you on my podcast today. I'd love to hear just a bit about who you are, the work that you're doing.
My name is, my name is Justina Martino. I am an artist based here in Sacramento and the director of an arts business called Tonic, where we believe that art is about more than just beauty. It's a tool for making positive change and developing community. And we help artists with professional development and business support. And we also bring community-focused projects to spaces like cities or housing developments or other organizations.
Thank you so much for sharing a bit about your business and the work that you're doing here in the Sacramento community. Can you tell us one of the biggest challenges you're facing in your business?
I would say the biggest challenge, which has been for the most of my life, is funding and getting folks to value the arts and want to invest in the arts. And my North Star is really helping artists, and often artists are in the same boat as I am, so it's just hard to find the funds to be able to pay myself and my business partner. I find myself doing a lot of pro bono work or work for less than is sustainable because I want to make my services accessible. That's always the biggest challenge.
Yes, indeed. Finding the funding is just its own job in and of itself. Aside from working with the creatives and writing the proposals, just the research to find the money is a big challenge. I totally hear that. And I'm grateful for the work that you're doing in community and how you're showing up for creatives and the creative economy by offering your services sometimes below what they're valued just to be of service and to support the community. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I try to always tell artists and other creative business owners to make sure that they're valuing themselves. So I'm trying to do that less and to really be able to charge what our value is. But it's definitely a process of getting there and like figuring out how we can make some services more accessible and free for some folks while getting funding from other sources.
For sure. And I bet much like myself that you believe in alternate economic models and trade and barter and like equity. And so you honor the sliding scale and people's means.
Yeah.
And so totally want you to value the work that you do, but I'm appreciative of how you're operating in an equitable way as well. What's your definition of success?
My definition of success, I think, is just not giving up. And I heard that from another local artist a few years back, Monavie Okade, who's a jewelry designer. Her company's called Tula and Bloom. She actually designed my wedding ring.
Ooh, shout out.
So shout out Monavie. Yeah, I think my husband also just said that to me the other night. I was like, I feel so defeated. Like I just said that like literally 2 days ago. And you're not defeated unless you give up. So I think as long as I keep going and I wake up and I try to do the business and help artists another day, then I'm successful.
Thank you so much for sharing that, what your definition of a success is, and also the shout out to the local creative that supported your adornment. That's lovely. I'd love to hear, just in a closing, what's one piece of advice that you'd like to offer to aspiring entrepreneurs?
One piece of advice to aspiring entrepreneurs, I would say, is get all the business support you can. There's a lot of free and low-cost business support here in Sacramento. For instance, we're at CLTRE Coffee Conversations right now. CLTRE is an amazing organization that offers accessible support to creative business owners. And utilize your mentors. When someone offers to be a mentor to you, take them up on it. Because my mentors are one of, I would say, the main reasons that I am successful and still able to do this every day. To have that community of support is really amazing.
Wonderful advice, and yet another plug. I love your product placement.
Yeah, I'm all into the plugs. Yeah, building community in that way, like getting other people connected to the resources I'm connected to is one of my goals.
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing today. And
thank you.
Coming on Creativity with Katy. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Katy.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.
Hello, my name is Justina, and I'm going to bring back my old radio show, Happenings, which is a show about creative people doing artistic things in the Sacramento region. I'm here today with Leon Willis.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell me about yourself and what you do here in Sacramento?
Oh my goodness. I like this part. Tell you about myself. I'm a graffiti writer. I started writing graffiti in 1989 in San Diego, California. I progressed in art into screen printing and opened a business here in Sacramento in 2006. 2013, I started giving back to the youth by becoming a mentor, and I've been on that path ever since.
What's your favorite thing about working with the youth?
Oh, man. My favorite thing about working with the youth is the aha moment they get when they realize that whatever it is that they're drawing can become a product, and that product can be sold for money or a gift. But once you learn how to make something in repetition over and over again, the setup and breakdown process of doing that and watching them go through that and see the lights turn on, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I love encouraging youth to use their creativity. It's inspiring to me too when I make art with kids. Do you feel like working with youth also inspires your own creativity?
So much, and through my own personal journey as an artist, like I said, writing graffiti from back in the day, I moved into like Eastern art forms like massage, yoga, tai chi, martial arts, things like that, and then have brought them back into my American art form. And yeah, I love just creating these connections. That's totally what it's about for me.
Awesome. What would you say is your definition of success?
Gosh, as I'm standing here shining like I do every day. No, just kidding. Honestly, my definition of success, that's a deep one, actually. And I feel like to some degree, I feel like I'm still discovering that while uncovering the fact that I'm living in success.
Like what does it mean to you versus what society as a whole thinks of success as?
Yes.
Like, I feel like for me too, I'm still defining what it is for me. Like, a big thing for me is like not having to go to a 9-to-5 job and just like living my life how I want to.
And so when I think about it like that and admit to myself that I've been self-employed since 2011.
That's success, for sure. That's a long time.
So when somebody's like, how do you define success? And I'm like, I'm success.
You're it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm full of success already.
I agree. What is one piece of advice you would share with someone else starting in your field?
Woo. Okay, great. A piece of advice I would share with someone starting in my field. Don't be afraid to start. Whatever it is, whatever field you take, that step, go for it. Go the next level. If you're someone who draws, try drawing with a paintbrush. If you're someone who draws with a paintbrush, try putting that paint on something else. Right?
One thing leads to the next.
Totally leads to the next. Yeah, that's actually why I became a printer, is because as a graffiti writer, I like to write on things. And so screen printing gave me the opportunity to mass produce the things that I write. And then that gave me the opportunity to sell. And
yeah. Awesome. Thanks so much for chatting with me. How can people find you if they want to follow you online or learn more about what you're up to?
Can find me at It's Leon Willis on IG. Also at I Love You Hoodie on IG. That's ILOVEYOUHOODY, all one word. You can also just email me at shgraphix, that's SHGRAFFIX @gmail.com. You could also find me locally here on First Fridays at Made Studio, 3519 Broadway in Oak Park.
Yay, thank you, Leon.
Yeah, thank you.